Khadijah, it was a 12-point lead, I believe it was. You got back-to-back steals and layups. Just what were you thinking at that point, right before you got the first steal? You guys were kind of lethargic and not playing as well. What were you thinking right then?
Just push the tempo. We need to get up and down the floor. We needed something to get the game moving a little bit faster, open up the game, and I just knew it had to come from, making defensive stops and transition. Coach always saying we got to push the ball in transition, and that's what I did.
Question in the middle.
You really kind of started taking over down the stretch. What happened? Did you take that personally, just start getting after it a little bit more?
Yeah, I did kind of take it personally. I mean, things weren't really going the way that I planned, so I did kind of take it personally and just kind of got out there. My teammates kept feeding me the ball, and we just kind of got a little run going.
Question up front.
Asia, we kind of saw it, coming in here, you kind of were really, really excited. What was it like playing in your first NCAA tournament game, and especially having 15-9?
Oh, it was great. It was great. I mean, just to go out there with these girls and just really get that win, and my first kind of March Madness game, it was huge. So I had a lot of fun out there.
Oh, thank you, so sweet.
Question in the middle.
For any of you three, I guess, Lisa, since you haven't answered anything, but just finally being able to play here at home, how exciting was it with the atmosphere and the crowd here today?
Yeah, it was very exciting. When we didn't really get off to the start we wanted to, and when we had some droughts, the crowd really picked us up. When we needed it the most. So, I think our crowd did exactly what we needed them to do. It was a lot of energy in this building, and you could tell it was March. So, it was exciting to finally get on the court and to see that we carried over that same support that we had in the regular season.
For any of you, just what was the problem really there in the first half? Was it lack of energy, lack of hustle? Were they doing something you weren't expecting?
Well, first off, we weren't getting stops, and I think that was the biggest thing. A lot of times we're able to jumpstart our offense when we're able to get stops and convert into transition, and we weren't executing. It was a really slow start. And it took a while for us to finally get out of it. But, like Coach Staley said, once we made the adjustments, we were able to kind of push it in transition and get back to our type of game. But, it definitely started at the defensive end.
Left side.
Asia and Aleighsa, I know the game plan was to go inside, but you guys were flirting with 70% shooting percentage for most of this game. Did you expect to be as effective as you were and to finish as well as you did consistently the entire game?
That was a goal for us, as post was to be able to get the ball in the paint and to finish. We knew we had the height advantage, so when we did get the ball inside, it was just being able to convert it, especially the times that we got one-on-one action. It's just a matter of focusing and finishing. So I think that's a part of the reason why we did shoot so well was because we got high percentage shots and good looks at the basket that, came in the paint.
Question on the left side.
For any of you, the fact that you played them already, beat them by more than 60 the first time, was it hard to get motivated to see this team again?
You knew they were going to come out and play hard. Of course, they probably watched that last game and knew they didn't want to come out and be like that this time. So we also we both of these teams got better. We both got better, and we knew that we couldn't look at the last game. We had to come out and not take this team lightly. They came out they had a great start, and we had a pretty bad start, but we picked it up in the second half.
Question up front.
That first game against Savannah State was over 3 months ago. Did they seem significantly improved from that last game to today?
I think we both have made changes. I was towards the beginning of our season, and, like I've been saying the whole time, the stakes are a lot higher. So, they came out with a lot of energy, and we came out kind of dull. But, anytime your back's against the wall and it's win or go home, you do come out with a different fire. But, when you look at this point in the season compared to that point in the season, we're both different teams.
Back right on TV.
Asia, as a young player, how important was it for you to be in front of a home crowd as opposed to a hostile crowd?
I think it was very important for me to kind of get that first game underneath my belt and just for it to be home. We have such great fans, and they support us throughout everything and anything. So really just to come out and play in front of all those fans and just having people clap instead of boo is always a good thing.
Question up front.
A lot of times this season it seems like you guys have these runs near the end of the first half. that didn't really come today until later on in the second half. What was the mood like? Was there a feeling of, come on guys, let's just get this thing going, basically?
We knew we had to separate ourselves. It was a little too close for comfort going into halftime, and we knew we had a run in us, but it had to start on the defensive end. And Khadijah jump-started that for us with the 2 steals, and I think we all just kind of fed off of it, and that's when we were able to separate ourselves. But, we knew we had a run. It was just a matter of being able to buckle down and get stops first.
Any more questions for the student athletes? Back left on TV.
This is for any one of you. Do you kind of almost need a game like this to kind of just get into the tournament kind of mode? It wasn't a blowout. It was more or less you kind of pulled away in the second half. But was it good to have a game now moving forward that you're now in tournament mode now?
I think it was just, important for us to, especially for the freshmen, just for them to kind of get a feel for it. Teams have a different sense of urgency. They're going to come out with a lot more energy, especially a team that, you've played earlier in the season. But, by no means was it an easy game, and it took us, a little bit longer than we would have liked to pull away. But, I do think from an experience standpoint, it's good to get them adjusted to it, and it's good to get everybody in that tournament mode. So you know what to expect now as far as, how teams are going to come out. But, you got that first game under your belt, so now you just got to focus on the next one.